got a link from a friend. They'd received they got this post on their Facebook feed. Just wanted me to check it out. Well, I'm going to check it out and I'm going to explain it to yourselves because it's a scam and it's a very good one with showing how sort of the deep fake AIs actually work. So they sent me over the link and here it is. This is the link and I'm going to just play the video from the beginning. And we've got Martin Lewis.
Why is registration open for just
talking
1 day?
to us?
Because the number of places is extremely limited. This isn't a mass market project. Only a select number of people will be able to take part.
Telling us about a private project.
Consider yourself lucky. You've caught the opportunity at exactly the right time. Chances like this don't come around every day. Everyone who registers today through the official site will gain access to a platform that's already generating passive income.
Official site generating passive income. Oh, I don't think I've ever heard Martin Lewis talk about passive income. He's quite sensible on the basis of you have to work for what you get.
By the Bank of England, the goal to help everyday people earn steady, stress-free income without any risk. As Prime Minister Keir Starmer himself said, "We can't make everyone rich, but we can give a chance to those ready to take it." I'm Martin Lewis, and I personally monitored the launch of this platform when the first 1,000 users earned over £1,000 on their very first day. And
so I'm just going to skip through.
Tonight, you have until the end of today to sign up and start earning real, stable, passive income.
So he wants us to click the link below, this link here. That wasn't Martin Lewis. That was a fantastic deepfake AI video. Because that's what can be made. It's so simple. The technology has moved on so much with AI that actually, as long as you've got a few minutes of sound, you can actually imitate someone's voice. You can imitate a video. If you've got one there, you can actually merge the two together. So it might be he's done a video where he's walked before, but they've just changed the lip sync to match him with this. Or it could be a completely fake video. But overall, it's not anything Martin Lewis has ever said. Because if it was, he'd be putting it out more broadcast. And he wouldn't be actually keeping it to a secret thing of this person called Foxer having. Who is this? Hover over. Let's have a look at the source of it. Just because it's appeared on our feed doesn't mean it's true. Just because someone else out there has said it doesn't mean it's true. Maybe a friend has shared it. Well, okay. But where did they get it from? And it will all come back to this Foxer, who's the one who has posted the video on his wall or her wall. So always trace back to the source. Foxer, a digital creator, has a web page of v.forlifeyoubusy96gmail.com. That sounds like an email address, missing the @ symbol. Plus 27. So our exclusive promoter for Martin Lewis's once-in-a-lifetime offer of being able to secure a passive income is South Africa. Seems a bit strange. And he's so great, this digital creator, he's got 89 followers. Right. There's our first sign. It's fake. But let's go and have a look, okay? Notice the website is greedbrit.com. I love that name because really it's saying for greedy British. Greedbit.com. But let's go and have a look because Martin Lewis says this is fantastic. So we click on it. Oh, we're on the BBC webpage. Because most of us might not have looked at the link address that we've gone to or we're clicking on. We just click the link. It may have been semi-obscure because of using mobile phones and things like that. And we're on a BBC website. Look, it's got the BBC logo. It's got their home, news, sport, business, all the different news sections that we typically have. And it's got the article. It looks so good, doesn't it? Actually, does it? Go to BBC. Let's have actually a look at BBC's website. And here we have logo's the same, but look, we've actually got a totally different menu. And yes, maybe if we go to the news set, oh, hang on, a totally different branding for the news. So different things like that. It's not the same. But actually, here's the thing about BBC. It's at bbc.co.uk, not greedbrit.com. Maybe BBC has brought a new domain for this. Would they really have bought a .com and not a .co.uk? And would they have gone for something so insulting as greedbrit.com? And then used all their branding over it and not had any BBC in their actual name or their title? Well, let's have a look at that actual domain, shall we? So here we are. We're going to do a who is lookup. So who's bought this domain? And we can see it was registered on the 9th of September this year. That's about 12 days ago. It's been bought by Namecheap. Yeah, they're a registrar. You'd have to buy a domain. Scammers will still buy domains from general normal registrars. And it's been registered for the privacy aspect to be in Reykjavik. Now, I'm not great at geography, but I don't really think the BBC is typically going to be buying its domains and privacy shielding them with putting on Reykjavik as a city for the privacy shield. Plus, as the BBC is a public body, a company, it has to actually display its information. It has to be contactable. So really, it shouldn't have any privacy shield on there or privacy service on there from Namecheap. So Greebrit, not really a BBC purchase. Someone has done it Namecheap. Someone has used it, and it's most likely they bought it from Namecheap in Reykjavik region. Okay, which is probably also why they bought a .com and not a .co.uk. Because why on earth would the BBC buy a .com, an American domain, and not a .co.uk? So let's go and then have a look at the article. Again, more points about how we spot this is a scam. None of these buttons work. Look, I'm clicking on them. I want to go and have a look at the news. I want to go off. This is a landing page. Now, many marketers teaching people how to make landing pages will say, don't put menus on your landing page because you don't want people to go elsewhere. But actually, I can't go elsewhere even though there's a menu because none of it works. That's the point. If I click on register and sign in, it jumps me straight down to register for this once-in-a-lifetime opportunity with quantum AI. Not really. So it's not the sign-in to the BBC. It's not the registration for the BBC, which it should be. It's registration for this once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. So let's have a bit of a look at the article. Hang on a minute. It's one day only, but it was written a day ago. Okay, maybe I'm being pedantic. Maybe it's only 23 hours out of the 24 hours that are left. Out of 24 hours in total, sorry. But this blog article has been written by our Prime Minister, Keir Starmer. Yes, he's taken time on his Saturday to write the blog article to be published on the BBC. It wasn't a reporter. It wasn't a news person. It was Keir Starmer himself wrote the article. When you have who's written an article, it's the person who actually writes it. Not, so it would be the reporter. If you look in the newspapers and you see about the news reports and the articles in there, they will tell you who is the actual reporter and so on, who has written the article. The same on the websites. But this one, we're expected to believe that Keir Starmer has stopped being Prime Minister or paused his role as Prime Minister and just jumped over to the BBC and said, hey, give me a computer, let me write you an article for your website. No. Now, Martin Lewis's fake AI video in there hinted that Keir Starmer was backing this. So, actually, let's have a look down further in the article. Again, it keeps talking about this quantum AI investment platform, and we've got some supposed sort of people who are supposed to have made loads of money from it. And then, of course, we've got a video here.
Today, I'm pleased to present to you a unique government initiative designed to improve
another deep fake AI video. This is how good they are. I've done some articles in some of my blogs talking about the risks of what AI is going to give for scammers and hackers to use, because there's already been cases where they've impersonated voices over the telephone and things like that to steal money. We got to watch out for this. These are fake videos. It's no longer going to be like the old Bitcoin one with Elon Musk, where it was Elon Musk talking about Bitcoin, completely independent, nondescript, and then an article written under to make it sound like he was talking about this particular project. No, we're actually going to have videos where we're going to be looking, saying, that looks like the person. It sounds like the person. It must be them.
However,
no. Come on, let's use a bit of common sense on it. It's not true. This is the thing. Scammers are playing on get rich quick. It's not there. We've got to hold. Some of these old phrases we used to know of. If it's too good to be true, it often is. have to do the research. Don't just jump straight in. But look at these things. So many warnings, so many, I hate the phrase, red flags that are coming from this entire thing. Now we're looking at the promoter being an 89 following person in South Africa promoting a video which is exclusively shoving out there because it's so secret. And then it's on a BBC website, which actually is called Greed-Brit. I'm a fan of movies. And there's a movie I remember called The Sting. Robert Redford, absolutely great movie. Definitely worth a watch, because I suspect a lot of the scammers have actually watched this because of their behavior over the last couple of years. And in there, there's the whole concept of when you're doing a scam is you have a convincer. So they pick their mark and then they show that mark, the scam, and the mark's hesitant because they believed, you know, back in the 70s and the 80s, we lived if it's too good to be true, it often is. So some sort of scam happens. In that one, it's a horse bet because they have inside knowledge. And they win. Woohoo! The person's won some money. And the comment is made, you cannot con an honest person. So that person, if they're truly honest, knowing that this is sort of inside knowledge and a little bit dodgy, a little bit, will walk away. And at that moment, they would win. They would be quids in because they would have taken a small bit of the scammer's money. And the scammer wouldn't get what's back. And there's a couple of scams out there like that at the moment, where your first iteration, you actually win. But the point is, people get greedy, which is where you can't con an honest person. If the idea of that scam in the movie The Sting, so a person comes back because, well, actually they can't possibly lose. They've already seen how it works. It wins. And then, but of course there's a criteria. It's one off. There's only one left. It's last opportunity, urgency. So the person goes all in with everything they've got. And of course, that's where the scam is pulled off. And, oh, it didn't work this time. And usually the idea back then, because in that sort of day and age, we couldn't be communicating a scam from South Africa or Russia or anywhere like that. They had to be able to hide from the police, in essence. They needed to make sure the person wasn't going to report it to the police. So there had to be a little bit of a dodgy element to it. So the person losing would be like, I can't report it because I'd be reporting that I was engaged in something illegal that should have got me loads of money. That's the premise behind it. Because with scammers today, they can do it over the internet and use Facebook to transmit the actual information and web pages and all that. They can actually do this without any consequence because they're in South Africa, they're in Russia, they're in wherever they may be, and not really touchable by our laws. So all we can do is make sure you're aware. So here it is, fake videos. Just because it looks like the person, and they are actually saying the words now, AI makes this possible. Look at some of the fake stuff out there that people have fun with, where people can do this just off their own stuff that they're having as that bit of fun. So if they can do it as private individuals so simply and easily, just look at what the scammers are going to be able to do, because they've got access to far more advanced tools. Some of the restrictions we have on tools, like the ethics and so forth that's put into things like ChatGPT, they have versions without that, because they don't have to put those ethics in, because they're not selling their tools other than within their own private communities. So again, we got a bit more, and 7 hours. You know, I looked at this video about several hours ago. It was probably about looking at the time. It was around 9 hours ago when I looked at this video. Still 7 hours to get me out of poverty. The whole comment on this is to try and trick somebody in. You register, you'll get the phone number, then the person will call you, contact you. They'll act as an account manager. They'll go through all these steps saying, oh, we can do this. They've already done the convincing because they've got these fake AIs claiming to be. Now it's just a person in the office saying all the right things. You then transfer the money, you transfer the cryptocurrency, whatever it might be that they want for you to buy into this great opportunity. All fake. Don't just jump straight into things. Anything you're going to do that due diligence. If it sounds too good to be true, it often is. Again, just let's have a quick look back at it. Facebook post by somebody, God knows who. You may have received it because someone you know and trust has shared it. Look at where the original video is. So even if it was shared by so-and-so, it will still say who's the one who's posting that video. Look at them. 89 followers. But they've got Martin Lewis's exclusive video. And of course, Martin Lewis is dealing with people in South Africa to do the promotion for him, because that's going to hit the UK people, isn't it? Which, of course, is what Martin Lewis is about, is helping us on finances. The UK people. So, one, really suspicious. We link to a strange thing. That's really strange. Why is that? Greedbrit.com, really strange. Go to the webpage, pretends to be BBC, but it's Greed Brit. Load of rubbish. Check the domain if you like, whois.com. It's a brilliant place to see if a domain is owned and generally who owns it, or sort of where it's registered. And to see it's only been bought in 12 days and in the last 12 days, and it's registered along the lines of in Reykjavik. Again, more warning signs. It's a fake BBC website. It's got a fake video of Keir Starmer. Starmer's supposed to have written this entire article and blog. No, it's fake. Don't get scammed by these things. Always do your due diligence to protect yourself. And if you've got this and you've seen something similar because someone has shared it to you, don't just share it willy-nilly. Go back to that person, let them know, educate. Please link to some of my stuff. More than happy for you to share that to help get the approach of how to spot these fakes. Hope that's helped people. Thanks.